Hi guys, it's the old man here, and about a month ago I made a video explaining how this one movement that allegedly advocates for change in education is slightly pointless and how they will fail. However, what I wasn't expecting was the head of the movement, who is named Kilty, actually responded to my video. So, I'm just gonna cut to the chase and read the comment and respond. First, he says that he doesn't understand why I'm assuming they are lazy. You simply do not have discipline for school as suggested by your video, which you're gonna publish soon, titled, Why School Doesn't Give Motivation. He's also confused on what he's supposed to do with having little to no support. I don't know, have a fucking plan. You failed in creating a plan with this SHID method, which I was trying to help you out with. Next, he is confused why I believe he is clickbaiting kids. The reason why I said that you clickbait kids is because if you fail to present a proper movement, thus this made your purpose of making the video is to draw kids' attention that don't like school. Also adding onto that, the reason why I said that is because you give little to no proper facts and research within your videos and only stating opinions. So, it's pretty obvious why many people would think that. Also, bro brings up Skibidi Toilet out of nowhere, lol. But the reason why I don't make videos on those people is because there's already enough people talking about them, so there wouldn't be any point of me specifically making a video on them. Next, he believes that I have high expectations from him and even compares me to a teacher. First off, I'm not making you do anything like a teacher, but the issue is that if you messed up your entire videos, then that's a whole other subject. He also talked about some of his random hobbies as if that was an argument to begin with, like him making videos about gaming. Oh yeah, such quality content with gaming and your story content. You know, the one that only has one video. You think that's something to brag about, lol. He also brings up the idea of him researching things and whether or not he should do it. Well, if you decided to create an entire movement for the purpose of changing schools for the quote-unquote better, then you should do extensive research. You don't think Charlie Kirk made a successful movement without mass knowledge. I'm not expecting perfection from you. The reason why I do what I do on my channel is for something called criticism. So, I seriously don't understand why you are overreacting to me trying to help out your content. He then brings up an argument that I made about the quote-unquote core issues of the education system. So, for context of what he's saying, basically this whole ass message is a response to an original message where point number 4 says this. We need to get one thing straight. You cannot change income inequality communities. If your goal is to change education overall for the country, then it is vital that you need to identify what issues can be put on school and what can be put on yourself. This means that if this is not a nationwide issue, then 9 times out of 10, it's your or your income issue. Also, I only brought up the issue of the education system being different across the United States to when I mentioned in my original video what keyword might have caused them to make that video. He then accuses me of only making my original video for views. Care to elaborate? How is it obvious that I want views? I don't think I would make my original video a new 5 minutes longer than my other videos if I didn't want to help you. You also don't really properly explain how I come to random conclusions. I may have made educated guesses, but not straight up accusations. Now I don't want to jump to conclusions. Then he says how I don't help him by giving him alternative solutions, and how he also looked at some of my other videos. Before we actually get into the specific details of their arguments and why they are wrong, we need to analyze the acronym on how to make a proper plan, that being SHID, standing for solvency, harm, inherency, and disadvantages. The first one, harm, is asking if there is even a problem in the first place. In this video, has no intent of making fun of these two, I just want them to know that if they want to create a successful movement, they need to be successful in convincing people. Also, whenever I don't give alternative solutions, it can usually be figured out with context clues. For example, let's take my video on how Glitch Productions is paying better attention to the amazing digital circus than murder drones. In that video, I state several ways they are being hypocrites and give one show more attention than the other. Using content clues, my recommendation from that video to still even out their attention span for their shows, not the ones that bring them the most revenue in order for them to keep their values. If you want more context, the video link is in the description. So, yeah, that's my response. Also, now onto what he left out from that comment. They left out a response to what Drone had to say in their Discord server from when he joined back in March. He left out a response to why he didn't take my criticism on when he lied about his broad connection between South Korea and suicide. He left out a response to when I mentioned on when they used artificial intelligence, a source in their video. He left out a response to my point about why they didn't consider all students' perspectives, despite them advocating for it. What I mean by this is that they have no considerations for those that don't have a similar experience on school. He left out a response to my point debunking his quote-unquote solution for students' representatives. He left out a response to the fact that many schools already have a student government concepts. He left out a response to when I said the potential reason there was no clear changes to the education system. He left out a response to me debunking his solution of an education reform. He left out a response to why his Finland argument has no relevance, which a reminder he already stated. He left out a response to my comment about China as well as the fact that the United States has been doing stuff about the education system specifically on Dick Cheney. Anyways, in conclusion, just to sum up, this guy can't hop off my dick as well as his cult ass fan base in my comments section. Like for some reason, there were several comments saying that my editing is significantly worse than his, which I will admit sure, but the difference between us is that I'm just an ordinary YouTuber trying to make commentary videos. But this guy is trying to create an entire movement. Anyways, this is episode 1 of OCP Responses. Thanks for watching.